Welcome to the Declassified Files. I'm your host, Ben Carter. Deep beneath the frigid surface of the Sea of Okhotsk, cloaked in the somber silence of the deep sea, a daring operation was underway. It was 1971, the height of the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union, two superpowers locked in an icy standoff, were engaged in a covert war of intelligence. And in this unseen battlefield, one operation stood out for its audacity and daring: Operation Ivy Bells. Beneath the cloak of international waters, the USS Halibut, a unique submarine secretly converted into a spy ship, was embarking on its mission. This was no ordinary task. The crew was to locate and tap into an undersea cable used by the Soviet Navy. This cable was the nerve center of the Soviet Pacific Fleet, transmitting confidential communications between naval bases. It ran deep under the Sea of Okhotsk, a place so remote, so treacherous, that the Soviets felt it was beyond the reach of American intelligence. The members of the Halibut were not just sailors, but also divers, technicians, and intelligence operatives. In the claustrophobic confines of the submarine, they prepared for the task ahead. The tension was palpable, the stakes high. This was a mission deep into enemy territory, and any mistake could escalate the Cold War into a full-blown conflict. The Halibut descended into the depths of the sea, guided by classified maps and satellite images. Their target, a single unassuming cable laying on the ocean floor. It was a needle in a haystack, but the crew was determined. Days turned into weeks as the Halibut navigated the murky depths of the Sea of Okhotsk, its crew living in a world devoid of sunlight, where the only sound was the hum of the submarine's engines and the distant, eerie calls of unseen marine life. Finally, after weeks of intense search, they found it. A single, nondescript cable running along the ocean floor. It was the lifeline of the Soviet Pacific Fleet, and it was about to be tapped. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the daring execution of Operation Ivy Bells, the technological marvels that made it possible, and the high-stakes game of cat and mouse that ensued. The Cold War was not just waged in the corridors of power, but also in the inky depths of the ocean, where bravery, ingenuity, and stealth were the keys to victory. The origins of Operation Ivy Bells can be traced back to the 1960s, a period fraught with tension and secrecy. The Cold War was at its peak, and the United States and the Soviet Union were embroiled in a silent, ruthless battle of espionage. This was a time when information was power, and getting a glimpse into the adversary's plans could tip the scales of the global power struggle. The Soviet Union had a significant naval presence in the Pacific during the Cold War. Their Pacific Fleet was the largest and most powerful in their navy, boasting a formidable array of surface ships, submarines, and aircraft. The Pacific Fleet's headquarters were in Vladivostok, a major port city located near the Sea of Okhotsk. From here, the Soviet Union could project its naval power across the Pacific and into the crucial maritime routes of the East. In order to coordinate naval activities across such a vast expanse, the Soviets relied on an undersea communication cable that ran across the Sea of Okhotsk. It was this cable that caught the attention of the United States intelligence community. The cable was a direct line into the Soviets' Pacific naval operations, and tapping into it could provide the U.S. with invaluable intelligence. The idea of tapping a submarine cable was not new. The British had done it successfully during World War I, intercepting German communications and gaining crucial intelligence. But the task of tapping a cable deep under the Sea of Okhotsk, in the heart of Soviet territory, was an entirely different challenge. To accomplish this daring feat, the U.S. Navy turned to one of its most unique assets, the USS Halibut. Originally a nuclear missile submarine, the Halibut had been transformed into a spy ship fitted with state-of-the-art surveillance equipment and diving facilities. It was the perfect vessel for the job, capable of operating in the treacherous depths of the Sea of Okhotsk and equipped to handle the technical challenges of the operation. Thus, Operation Ivy Bells was born, a mission shrouded in secrecy, driven by the urgent need for intelligence and fraught with danger. It would become one of the most audacious operations of the Cold War, a testament to human ingenuity and bravery in the face of the unknown. Little did the crew of the Halibut know, they were about to embark on a mission that would push the boundaries of underwater espionage and forever alter the course of the Cold War. In the annals of American espionage, the exposure of Operation Ivy Bells is a tale of betrayal from within rather than discovery from outside. The operation remained a well-guarded secret for almost a decade until its revelation came from an unexpected source, a disgruntled employee of the National Security Agency, NSA, named Ronald Pelton. Pelton had served the NSA for 14 years before falling into financial difficulties after his dismissal. In desperation, he decided to sell classified intelligence to the Soviets. In 1980, he walked into the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C., and disclosed Operation Ivy Bells. Armed with this information, the Soviets managed to locate and neutralize the listening device, effectively ending the operation. Pelton's betrayal was not discovered until 1985, when a Soviet defector named Vitaly Yurchenko revealed his name to the CIA. Pelton was subsequently arrested, tried, and convicted for espionage. His actions served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in intelligence operations, where the greatest threats sometimes come not from the enemy, but from within. The declassification of Operation Ivy Bells and the public revelation of its existence caused a stir in both the public and governmental spheres. The audacity of the operation, its innovative methods, and its ultimate betrayal were the subject of intense scrutiny and debate. The public was both amazed and shocked by the lengths the U.S. government had gone to gather intelligence. The government's reaction was mixed. While some hailed the operation as a testament to American ingenuity and resolve in the face of the Soviet threat, others voiced concerns over the inherent risks and ethical implications of such a covert operation. The fact that the operation had been compromised from within added an additional layer of controversy, sparking debates about the security of classified information and the measures needed to protect it. Despite the controversy, Operation Ivy Bells cemented its place in the annals of Cold War history. It showcased the extraordinary lengths nations will go to in their quest for information and the precarious balance of power that existed beneath the surface of the world's oceans. It stood as a testament to the power of innovation, the bravery of those who risked their lives for their nation, and the tragic consequences of betrayal. The echoes of Operation Ivy Bells still resonate today, reminding us of the hidden depths of the Cold War and the invisible battlefields where it was waged. Central to the operation were several key figures and organizations. The National Security Agency, NSA, the United States' premier signals intelligence agency, was the main orchestrator of Operation Ivy Bells. In collaboration with the U.S. Navy, the NSA provided the technological expertise and equipment necessary to carry out this daring underwater espionage mission. The U.S. Navy's submarine fleet, particularly the USS Halibut, played an instrumental role in the operation. The Halibut, a nuclear-powered submarine, was specifically retrofitted for the task. Its conventional missile armaments were removed and replaced with a saturation diving system, an innovative moon pool, and a remote-controlled submersible known as the Fish. The Halibut was transformed into a covert operations platform, capable of placing and maintaining sophisticated listening devices on underwater Soviet communication cables. Captain James Russell, the commanding officer of the USS Halibut, led the perilous missions to tap the Soviet undersea cables. His leadership and his crew's expertise were crucial in the success of the operation. The crew, specially trained in saturation diving and the operation of the remote-controlled submersible, worked in extreme conditions with the constant pressure of a potential Soviet discovery. In the shadows, another key figure was Ronald Pelton, an NSA employee who would later become infamous for his betrayal. Pelton, disgruntled and burdened by financial difficulties, chose to sell secrets to the Soviets, including details about Operation Ivy Bells. His actions would eventually lead to the termination of the operation and his own conviction for espionage. The Soviet Union, though unaware of Operation Ivy Bells for a large part of its duration, played a significant role in the narrative. Their secure undersea communication lines, thought to be impervious to American interception, were the target of this clandestine operation. Soviet counterintelligence, although slow to react, eventually discovered and neutralized the operation, thanks to the information provided by Pelton. While many of these characters played their roles in the depths of the sea or the shadows of secrecy, their actions left a lasting impact on the surface. The operation, its execution, and its eventual betrayal highlighted the complexities and the high stakes of Cold War espionage, revealing a world where innovation, bravery, and betrayal were intricately intertwined. The evidence surrounding Operation Ivy Bells is as murky as the depths of the Sea of Okhotsk where the operation took place. The primary source of information about Operation Ivy Bells comes from classified documents, some of which have been declassified over time. Portions of these documents, however, remain redacted, hinting at details that are still considered too sensitive to reveal. One of the key pieces of evidence is the court transcript from the trial of Ronald Pelton, the disgruntled National Security Agency employee who betrayed Operation Ivy Bells to the Soviets. This document provides detailed insights into Pelton's motivations and actions, as well as the specifics of the information he disclosed. The transcript, however, is heavily redacted, leading to speculation about the full extent of the operation and the information that was compromised. In addition to the court transcripts, there are photographs and blueprints of the USS Halibut, the submarine used in the operation. These images and documents illustrate the unique modifications made to the Halibut to accommodate the deep-sea diving equipment and the remote-controlled submersible. Yet certain sections of these blueprints are blurred or omitted entirely, suggesting confidential technological advancements that are still classified. Furthermore, eyewitness accounts from crew members of the USS Halibut provide a human perspective to the operation. The men describe the intense pressure, both literal and metaphorical, they experienced while performing their tasks deep beneath the sea. These testimonies, however, are inconsistent, with some crew members recalling details that others do not. This could be due to the passage of time or the deliberate obfuscation of certain facts to protect national security. The Soviet Union, unsurprisingly, has been reticent in releasing any information concerning Operation Ivy Bells. The little that is known comes from defectors and indirect references in Soviet-era documents. These fragments of information indicate that the Soviets were caught off guard by the operation, but were quick to act once they were alerted by Pelton. The lack of complete information, the contradictions and omissions in the available evidence, and the varying testimonies all contribute to the mystery surrounding Operation Ivy Bells. It's clear that the operation was an impressive feat of technological innovation and human courage, but the full extent of what was achieved and what was lost remains shrouded in the depths of Cold War secrecy. The intrigue and covert nature of Operation Ivy Bells naturally caught the attention of journalists, researchers, and eventually, the public. As the operation's details began to trickle into the public sphere, the media coverage was tinged with fascination and skepticism. Reporters scrambled to make sense of the sparse information, piecing together a narrative that was as thrilling as it was speculative. Researchers, on the other hand, took a more analytical approach, dissecting the operation's technical details and extrapolating on the geopolitical implications. Several academic papers and books were published, offering various interpretations of the events. However, the scarcity of concrete information and the prevalence of redacted documents often led to more questions than answers. The public reaction was a cocktail of awe, fear, and suspicion. The idea that underwater espionage was being conducted right beneath their noses was both thrilling and terrifying. The fact that these missions were carried out with such secrecy also raised questions about what else the government might be hiding. Yet the government held firm in its denials and cover-ups. Official narratives were carefully crafted to minimize the controversy and downplay the significance of the operation. The intricate dance between disclosure and denial, between transparency and obfuscation, only added to the public's fascination and skepticism. As time passed, the narrative of Operation Ivy Bells evolved. With the Cold War's end and the release of more information, the operation began to be seen less as a cloak-and-dagger spy story and more as a testament to human innovation and resilience. The crew members of the USS Halibut were hailed as unsung heroes, their efforts recognized for their contribution to national security. Popular culture also played a significant role in shaping the public's understanding of Operation Ivy Bells. The operation was dramatized in films, novels, and even video games, each retelling adding its own spin to the tale. The cinematic version of Operation Ivy Bells often exaggerated the danger and glamour, turning the crew members into action heroes and the mission into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Despite the distortions, these portrayals serve to keep the operation in public consciousness, perpetuating its aura of mystery and fascination. The fact that the full extent of the operation is yet to be revealed only adds to the allure. Even today, as new details emerge and old ones are re-evaluated, the story of Operation Ivy Bells continues to captivate, its secrets still lurking deep beneath the surface. Despite the acclaim the USS Halibut crew received, and the intrigue the operation continues to stir, there has always been a chorus of skeptics who challenge the dominant narrative of Operation Ivy Bells. They question whether the operation was as successful as it was made out to be, or indeed, whether it happened at all in the way it's been portrayed. One counter-argument centers on the technical aspects of the operation. Critics argue that the technology needed to accomplish such a feat simply did not exist at the time. In the 1970s, the underwater tapping of undersea cables, especially at depths of over 400 feet, would have been almost insurmountable. Critics point out that the sheer pressure at those depths would have crushed any device, let alone a submarine carrying human crew members. Others focus on the human element. They question whether the crew could have successfully carried out such a daring feat without detection. The Soviet Union was a formidable adversary with its own sophisticated counter-espionage measures. Could the American crew have truly evaded detection for as long as the narrative suggests? Some skeptics even go as far as to accuse the U.S. government of fabricating the entire operation as a form of psychological warfare. They argue that the revelation of such a sophisticated and daring operation would have served to intimidate the Soviets and boost American morale. On the other hand, experts in military history and technology argue that the skeptics underestimate the capabilities of the U.S. during the Cold War. They point to other feats of technological mastery in the same era, such as the moon landing, as evidence of what was possible. As with many aspects of Cold War history, the truth about Operation Ivy Bells may lie somewhere in between these interpretations. There is no doubt that the operation was a high-stakes gamble, fraught with risk and uncertainty. Yet the available evidence suggests that the U.S. was willing to take such risks to achieve its objective. As for the skepticism, it serves as a reminder that in the realm of espionage, the line between fact and fiction is often blurred, and the full truth may remain hidden beneath the waves. Operation Ivy Bells is not an isolated incident in the annals of espionage history. There are numerous cases of similar operations, spanning across different governments and decades, that highlight recurring themes of technological innovation, daring human exploits, and high-stakes political maneuvering. To illustrate, we can look at Britain's Operation Ruthless during World War II. Led by Ian Fleming, the future creator of James Bond, this operation involved a daring plan to capture a German naval Enigma machine. Like Operation Ivy Bells, Operation Ruthless saw the deployment of cutting-edge technology and personnel trained beyond conventional methods. The mission was ultimately abandoned due to the unpredictability of the sea, but it echoes the audacity and technological sophistication of Operation Ivy Bells. Similarly, during the Cold War itself, the CIA's Operation Gold provides another parallel. Here, the U.S. and British intelligence services constructed a tunnel into Soviet-occupied East Berlin to tap into landline communications. The audacious operation was eventually exposed by a double agent, but not before it had intercepted a substantial amount of Soviet intelligence. Beyond the West, we can also find examples in the Soviet Union and China. The Soviets were known for their extensive use of illegals, agents who lived under deep cover abroad, sometimes for decades, echoing the long-term high-risk nature of Operation Ivy Bells. In China, the infamous Unit 61398 of the People's Liberation Army has been implicated in extensive cyber espionage activities, showcasing the continued relevance of technological innovation in espionage. Looking at these operations, a few patterns emerge. One is the persistent drive to push the boundaries of technology in the service of espionage. Another is the willingness to take significant risks, both human and political, in pursuit of valuable intelligence. Lastly, there is a recurring theme of a delicate balance between success and exposure, between accomplishing the mission and maintaining plausible deniability. These narratives also underscore the hidden nature of espionage, where operations are shrouded in secrecy and the full truth may never come to light. They remind us that in the world of espionage, the only certainty is uncertainty. Operation Ivy Bells, with its mix of audacity, ingenuity, and mystery, fits neatly into this larger tapestry of international intrigue. It is a testament to the lengths nations will go to safeguard their interests and the shadowy underwater depths they will plumb in the pursuit of knowledge and power. Operation Ivy Bells continues to matter not only because of its historical significance, but also due to its relevance in today's world of technology and geopolitics. Declassified documents and ongoing investigations reveal dense layers of intrigue and mystery that make the operation a significant study in the annals of espionage. The release of previously classified documents has shed new light on the operation. For example, the U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, declassified a document in 2015 that provides an in-depth account of Operation Ivy Bells. The document, titled Underwater Ice Station Zebra, offers a rare glimpse into the inner workings of the mission, revealing the immense effort and resources invested in the operation. However, even with these new revelations, many aspects of Operation Ivy Bells remain shrouded in mystery. The full extent of the intelligence gathered, the exact technical specifications of the recording devices, and the precise details of the mission's termination are just a few of the questions left unanswered. These lingering mysteries are a testament to the secrecy and complexity of the operation, and they continue to fuel fascination and speculation among historians and espionage enthusiasts. In the realm of technology, Operation Ivy Bells underscored the importance of technological supremacy in intelligence gathering. The operation exemplified how cutting-edge technology could be harnessed to gain a decisive advantage in the intricate and high-stakes game of international espionage. Today, the use of technology in espionage has only intensified. Operations have moved from the depths of the ocean to the vast expanse of cyberspace, and the lessons of Operation Ivy Bells remain as relevant as ever. The geopolitical implications of the operation are just as significant. The audacious and risky nature of the operation demonstrated the lengths to which nations are willing to go to protect their security interests. This willingness to risk international confrontation for the sake of intelligence gathering is a fundamental dynamic that continues to shape global politics today. Finally, the story of Operation Ivy Bells is a powerful reminder of the human element in espionage. Despite the focus on technology, it was ultimately human factors, courage, ingenuity, and betrayal, that determined the operation's success and failure. This human factor, often overlooked in the age of cyber-espionage, remains as crucial as ever. In the final analysis, Operation Ivy Bells is not just a historical curiosity. It is a living testament to the enduring relevance and profound mysteries of espionage in an ever-changing world. As we unlock the secrets of the past, we gain insights that can guide us in navigating the complexities of the present and the challenges of the future. The deep dive into the clandestine world of Operation Ivy Bells has unraveled the multiple layers of secrecy that shroud this underwater espionage operation. It's indeed a compelling narrative of technological prowess, geopolitical strategy, and human fortitude, underscored by the overarching theme of secrecy. This venture into the murkiness of the Cold War era is a stark reminder of the lengths to which nations would go to secure power and control. Secrecy, in this context, was not just a tactical necessity, but an intricate web that encapsulated the mission. The extreme lengths the United States went to protect the operation, from the development of sophisticated technology to the preparation of a credible cover story, was a testament to the power of secrecy as a strategic tool. It's fascinating to consider the intricate dance between revelation and concealment, how each piece of withheld or shared information had the potential to tip the balance of power. More importantly, the case of Operation Ivy Bells uncovers a nuanced view of power. Power, as this story demonstrates, is not merely a matter of military might or geopolitical standing. It's a complex interplay of technological supremacy, intelligence gathering, and the ability to act on that information without detection. The audacious operation beneath the frigid waters of the Sea of Okhotsk encapsulates this multidimensionality of power, revealing how the pursuit of information can reshape the contours of global politics. Finally, delving into the depths of this operation brings to light the indomitable human spirit that underpins such endeavors. It was the courage, ingenuity, and resilience of individual operatives that powered the mission, just as much as the sophisticated technology they wielded. Conversely, it was also human fallibility, in the form of betrayal, that led to its downfall. This narrative serves as a poignant reminder of the human factor in espionage. The story of Operation Ivy Bells is a mirror reflecting the incessant struggle of humanity to uncover the truth, to gain an edge, to secure a future. It's a testament to the lengths we will go to penetrate the unknown. It's a narrative of power and secrecy, courage and betrayal, technology and human will. It's a story that resonates far beyond the confines of its Cold War setting, shedding light on the enduring and ever-evolving nature of espionage. And as we continue to grapple with the complexities of the present and uncertainties of the future, the lessons from this underwater cloak and dagger tale remain as relevant as ever. Thanks for listening. This has been The Declassified Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.